Hey guys, I've seen a lot of questions lately about what to do with the soot on your acrylic after it's been cut, especially your lighter acrylics. So I'm going to talk you through my process and what I do to help minimize it or make it less painful of a process. I wet a paper towel, wring it out so that it's just damp, and then I place that, flatten it out on the laser bed first. Then I place my acrylic on top of that. For these numbers, I don't have masking on either side. I just have the brown masking that comes from the manufacturer. So I leave it on both sides, and then I mirror my image so that instead of it being right side, my numbers, letters, whatever, right side up, you're gonna flip them over so they're backwards. And the reason for that is you have your paper towel down, so it's going to prevent any flare-ups, divots, flashbacks, anything like that on the good side. And then we go ahead and do our cut. Now, I do the same process for if I have 3M on the back. You can see this, I have 3M. I flip or mirror the image, and then I go ahead and do the cuts. And then what I do is pull them off the laser bed, and then you've got this black soot. You can see it in there. It just sticks, that black soot just sticks to your masking, or it sticks to your 3M. You can see it on the edge there. What I use to get that off is I use 91% isopropyl alcohol. I use pointed tip swabs. You don't have to. You can use the round, whatever you have on hand. Here's the pointed tip. The reason I use the pointed tip is it just helps me get into areas like this. It just helps me get in there a lot easier. So then what I do is I get a piece of Gorilla Tape. And this helps just to prevent any scratching from getting this masking off. And it's a much faster process normally. So I pull the masking off both sides. I get a clean Q-tip, dip it into the alcohol, tap off any excess, and then I'm just going around all the edges on the front. This one's not so dirty. Normally a bunch of soot comes off like you see here in this one. I've already worked on all of these ones, but you can see all that soot it picks up. And it even takes it off if you get it on the front, not just the edges. So I just go around front and back like this on both sides till you get all that soot off. I don't have very much on this one. I must have already worked on this one a little bit. And then what I do for words or numbers, whatever, that has 3M on the back, I want to make sure that I'm using less of the alcohol, because you don't want to do too much, because then it will wet the 3M and it'll start pulling up. But you just go around these edges here and get off any of that soot that adheres to the 3M. You can see that already. Hopefully you can see that. You just work your way around, get in all the little crevices, do the same thing. But it really does, that's my process I use. You can see all that soot that it picks up and how clean it looks afterwards. So you do that to the whole back side, all your little crevices, and you turn it over. And you want to make sure you're using a clean part of the Q-tip, because we don't want to just be wiping all the soot back on there. But I hope that helps. Happy crafting.